podcast, can we all clap just for fun?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, I meant like the like you know, like when you start a
Single.
when you're like okay, time dot is.
Okay, let's sync it. Do the clapping, and that wasn't a very good clap.
I can do a real good loud clap.
Okay.
Oh, no, you gotta do it with us. We're all doing it together.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
Great, and then we'll just sync that up. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I'm excited. This is our Christmas episode.
Woo, 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 woo. I wish I had bells.
Yeah, I should have brought my Santa hat.
Oh.
You knew it was Christmas.
I did.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It says right here on the sheet.
That
It's pretty Christmas heavy.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
It's December.
It is December.
Yeah.
And it feels
I brought,
like it's snowing.
I brought treats, so that's a sign of Christmas. Yeah.
This is my favorite time of year in Los Angeles, too.
Because no one's here.
No one's here, and it's just, like, perverse. The whole thing. The Christmas lights in 70-degree weather.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, because we grew up
It
with
feels
real
dark
Christmas.
and evil.
With real Christmas.
Yeah, you guys write snow every year.
Minnesota Christmas.
I mean, I think it's real for some people here as well.
I
No.
But not snowy.
Sure, but the good weather,
Yeah.
it feels weird to me as an East Coast kid.
Yeah.
And I'm not a lot of snow where I'm from, but
But it's cold.
palm tree, Christmas lights on palm trees. I'm like, there's
Makes no
something
sense.
wrong
Right.
about that.
Yeah.
It's not, it's dark.
Yeah. But maybe closer to sweet baby Jesus.
Oh.
In the manger, maybe a palm tree.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely not a lot of snow.
The first Christmas, sure. The Middle East, yeah.
I completely forgot that's what Christmas was.
Right. Well, we've been taking him out of
Yeah,
Christmas here
yeah.
for a while.
He's busy.
Not a single. No
Oh,
Christianity.
there's one at the end.
There's one at
Oh,
the
okay.
bonus. The
Oh, all
bonus one.
In the super secret special part of the podcast for our special friends.
I didn't get to the second page.
You didn't get the second.
That's all right. It's
Okay,
crowd
it'll
work,
be easy.
baby.
You'll
I
figure it out.
send out the worksheet days before. You've had this since Friday, like 4 or 5 days before.
That sounds right.
And you've just seen it.
Yeah,
2
this
seconds
is.
ago.
I'm. That's how.
You like it's part of the challenge.
Yeah,
It's part
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
challenge. Not you like what is that phrase? Like perfection is the enemy of.
I started
Something
Goodness or don't be perfect.
Yeah, just like it's. This is just fun.
Yeah, just have fun.
like I like to write what's in front of me.
Yeah.
Like I started doing that a long time ago at Acme. Like when whoever was before me, I'd have to have a joke about
something.
them before to start the set.
Yeah. What if we make you
So
go
I was
first
in the room.
for every single?
That's right. Here we go.
And now then we're gonna steal from you.
Yeah, I think that is
I'm
a
in.
fun exercise. And if you want to start another podcast, you can.
Yeah. Yes.
For this one, I give comedians.
That's
homework.
right.
And I love that you call it homework.
I
You don't
Uh-huh.
say like writing challenge.
Yeah.
Or like some. Well, no, you did say prompts, but when I walked in,
It's like,
you said,
"Did you do your
homework?" And it was like.
Well, and it's funny too because as I was like pitching the podcast to people, they were like, "If you named us homework, people aren't going to want to do it. Like, you make it sound boring." And I was like, "Homework is fun."
Oh
People
boy,
like-
I've never done homework in my whole. I never have done completed a homework assignment in my whole life.
You just turned in like some half.
I
Or
mean,
just kind of talked your way through.
Sure,
some,
yeah, it was a big. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could. Sometimes I would ask to do a prop. Oh, like, can I go ahead and take number 6?
Right.
Then I just go. I memorize number 6.
Right.
And
Just do that.
does not have done.
That's
any
up. I'm going to do number 6.
So I wrote a book report
Right.
underneath the desk one day.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I was always getting over.
Yeah.
I was not a
Yeah.
homework person.
That's all right.
Yeah, everyone's different, and
Yeah.
some
Right.
people are funnier than other people.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. This is a bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a
Okay.
good one too. You're killing
I
it.
feel great about it. I
I
don't feel
know.
nervous at all about my homework.
I know. But
I do have it though.
These are all very
They're
straightforward
fine.
questions this week too. There were
Yeah.
answers.
yes,
Yeah.
Why
these
have
have
there been-
correct
These are
answers.
we were more in the ether the first couple episodes.
Yeah, there one? Has there been a question in the previous episodes that you were like, I don't?
Oh,
no
several.
We
There were several where I was just like, I got here and like, I still don't have an answer.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm getting it down.
I remember at one point you were like, I just wrote down, you'll think of something when
Yeah.
they get to you.
One, I looked back at it and I just said no.
No.
On one of the,
No, thank you.
It's not,
Nope.
Pass, please.
But if anyone does want to do the homework, what's so cool about this podcast is that I post the worksheets online for free, so anyone can print out the worksheets with all the homework like this, and then you can write in your answers or your jokes. And it's totally free. Just go to patreon.com/squirrel club, and then you can do the prompts as well.
Does squirrel have two R's, 2 L's?
Oh my gosh. SQUIRREL? Is that
One
right?
L, 2 R's?
I think so.
Okay. I mean,
Should have picked a
any
different word.
No. People that know you, they would be sad if it wasn't squirrel.
Yeah.
And then I think technology is such. We live in a golden age of you don't have to really. You have to get close to the word. Like
It'll figure
find
it out.
It'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, neighbor favorite I can't do ever, but she will, so it's fine.
Spell.
No.
Okay. I was gonna give you a word.
Oh my god, I just got sweaty and like diarrhea tummy. It's like doing a math problem on the board. Like spell something. Ugh.
Well, no, we won't make you spell something.
Okay.
But we'll just do comedy homework, which is super chill and easy. I'm excited.
Okay.
Okay, so let's introduce our guest.
Yes.
Right, you take a big gulp.
I've been
This
talking
is
the whole
Amber
time.
Preston.
We'll get you to do a
My name is
take.
Amber Preston. Here I am. Thank you for having me. Thank
Yes.
you for giving me some fun writing prompts.
Yes, how
Homework.
did it go for you?
Good. I sat down days ago. This afternoon and jotted down. I found a nice half full little notebook that's part children's book and part note, and just
fun.
jotted down a few, and then I pitched a few ideas to my husband, and then he pitched a few back, and I went, and then so I kept my ideas. So
That's part of the process.
and then I tried to trick him, and I'll tell you when we get to that one. There was a question that I was like, hey babe, what about this? And he was like, I'm not answering that, to make me, because it was making me look bad, and he wouldn't bite. I was hoping there'd be at least a like, ball
Stay
and
strong
chain.
out there, guys.
Yeah, don't fall for it when we try to trick you.
Has Peter done comedy?
No,
Stand-up?
I mean he's so funny. Yes,
Yeah.
all the time. He like junior high, elementary school. I think he did some like high school theater.
Okay, cool.
And he's written some silly, funny songs.
Nice.
And we did a children's show at the
fun.
Lyric Hyperion last year, Halloween themed. It was a late night style talk show, but for kids. And had some guests, and I brought some kids up and chatted with them,
so
and he
fun.
wrote some silly songs.
So he's an entertainer.
He's an entertainer,
He gets
musician, in the animation, like artistic creative, but he doesn't necessarily write.
I mean, I like bouncing stuff off of people, but sometimes you're just like, you feel bad you don't use especially if it's your husband.
Well, I mean, he gets it. Or
Yeah.
if I pitch something and I see a look of, if he glazes over, or he goes, what? Then I go, too many words. Yep. No, if he doesn't get it right away, or even if he doesn't think it's funny, or if he does think it's funny, if he doesn't get, I can tell if I've used too many words.
That's your problem.
I'm not saying he's dumb. I'm just saying sometimes I spew forth. Yeah, you get it.
What about you and Sasha?
No, she's not. I love it now. She's not interested in any of like bits, or she doesn't want to hear how the show went.
Yeah.
We don't workshop any comedy together. But I had 2 girlfriends before that wanted to be involved with that all the time, and I believe I liked that at the time. But I am so into the fact that she has no idea. She doesn't care about comedy,
Yeah.
and it's so good to come home to someone who's like, whatever just happened.
Yeah.
No, you're not. That's not what is important to me about you.
Does she have comics that she likes? Like sometimes if if I'm
she's-
at a show
sure.
and there's like a couple of comics, Peter will be like, "What? I'll drive across town to see Brent Weinbach or Christmas." Like there's a couple of people that
She really loves Judge John Hodgman. She likes that podcast. I think there's some, and she likes Tig. A lot too. Tig's a
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah, Alex loves comedy more than I do. So he knows everybody. He watches all the podcasts, but it keeps me up on things because he'll watch so many podcasts that like when I see a comic like Brent Weinbach, I'm like, I listened and watched your podcast too.
Yeah.
He is
It's
the
really
video
funny.
game music one.
The
That
one
podcast?
he does with DJ Doug Pound.
Okay.
It's so fun, but like I don't make time for that kind of stuff. I don't, but Alex does, and he'll be walking it eventually at some point too. I got
excited. I take off my sweater. It's getting.
We're gonna grill him about other podcasts.
Yeah, we should. He should be a guest.
Yeah.
But I'm just like,
you can have your.
Yeah, why are you hopping a guest?
No, bro.
And then
He's a
this
backup.
is the time I put my foot in the sand for the podcast. Like, no, you're not. Your husband's not coming on this shit.
Like, you know what? I'm
not doing my homework, and no Alex.
Those are the only 2 things that I have.
Listen, when we started this, I had 2 rules: no homework and no Alex. And,
all right.
Okay.
And I pitched a peanut eating contest, and you said no. All right, let's get to the homework, everybody. Yeah. I know, get excited.
I have a pen. I already wrote some things down.
So these are all Christmas themed, holiday themed. And the first question I have is, what's the worst Christmas gift you've ever gotten? And we'll start with Amber.
I wrote down, I can't think of anything terrible.
Really?
Because they've all, like, even if it's kind of bad, I don't know, somebody picked it out. I guess maybe I think I got some dumb socks from an ex's mom that was like, oh, this is just not me at all. Like, they'd like a funny, like, kind of, like, it was supposed to be dirty, but it wasn't, like, something dumb. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I think the only, it's not even terrible, but like one year, so my husband's family, they do like, send us your Christmas list. As in like, send us the link to Amazon or Gap, whatever, the size, color, everything. That was not my house growing up. I would drop hints for what we wanted. Sure. And then it was like, we got like one kind of big gift. Like one year we got a Nintendo and it was like, oh my God. You know, and maybe a cute couple of little tiny things. Peter's family is send us exactly what you want. And I'm still like, this feels so weird. Yeah. I guess these are the leggings. I don't know. I don't need anything. So a couple of years ago, she sent me a picture of some sweatshirts and said, what color do you like? And I thought it was for Peter. Oh. So I was like, oh, funny. Get the neon lime green. That'll be hilarious. No. And then it was a sweatshirt for me.
Oh, no.
And it was like floral. And I ended up really liking it. It faded. And it was,
okay.
But it was like, this is a crazy neon lime green sweatshirt I would have never picked. I didn't realize we were being that specific. So it wasn't terrible, but I think sometimes I just didn't know.
I like that you tried to sabotage his Christmas.
I tried to give him a terrible gift. But I don't know. Every present's kind of nice because even if you don't like it, you can give it.
Re-gift it. You're good. You've re-gifted me things, right?
Yeah.
Or things you find.
Sure.
I love getting gifts.
Yeah.
I love like that buy nothing group. That's like Christmas every day.
Oh, I picked up something this afternoon.
Really?
A little like fold up drying rack over your sink for your dishes. Oh my God. If I don't like it, I'll give it back to the group.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know about these buy nothing groups?
No.
They're hyper local, mostly Facebook groups where you purchase no things. You buy nothing. Mm-hmm. And people will be like, I have a TV tray I'm trying to get rid of.
I got my own little one of those going just me.
Yeah, it's just, or sometimes like, you'll be like, I have half a box of this kitty litter. We don't need it anymore. But then I got a brand new crock pot. Yeah. A couple weeks ago. Brand new.
That sounds great.
Okay, what about you, John?
So I added one as Amber was talking there, but I have two though. But my mom gave me a shirt once, and she's usually a great gift giver. But there was a shirt, and it said on the first of all, funny T-shirt. No. Never really my thing to begin with, and very few have been like anywhere close to what I want. But this one was, it said, I used to be a people person, but humans ruined it for me or something. It was very like a very,
I'm a grumpy dude.
it was a very like, it was like, this shirt feels like an antisocial diagnosis. And to get it from your mom, not just to be like you would wear this shirt, but you would like to get this shirt as a Christmas present.
That's like a real passive-aggressive mom, like, well, you never call me anyway. And I thought you probably didn't like to talk to other people either. So.
And then, but she did say, and she said too, she was like, I just thought it was your sense of humor. And I was like,
that hurts more.
Yeah, not great. Oh. And then... But this is probably the I don't know if it beats the all-time, which this is like family legend. Okay. Which when I was like 13 or 14 years old, an aunt gave me this like puppet thing, and I was not that big? It was like a book on puppets, and it was like all about puppetry. And she had taken a conversation she'd heard of my mom's out of context and thought I was like still very much into...
Is this your stand-up comedy origin story?
Yeah. She thought I was still very much into, Sesame Street puppets and stuff at that age. But like, my reaction was like, oh, puppets. And it was so bad that like, all the uncles are already making fun of the whole situation. And my aunt is just taking a beating of like, how could you think he likes puppets? And I'm like, I was like, no, it's great. You know, I'm like, it's great. I love Kermit. For once, I'm not trying to ruin Christmas. And everybody else is like, can you believe how bad Aunt Donna's gift is?
You're like, no, I'll use these.
Yeah.
I've always wondered how they work. Oh, it's a hand? Okay. I would not have known that.
Okay, but how old were you?
Like, I want to say like 13 or 14. Like, and it was I was a very like wearing football jerseys. Yeah. It was a jock who would have been embarrassed.
You weren't doing card tricks at the table.
Like right in the age where puppets for sure threatened my masculinity. Like, you know, like, I can't. I wouldn't be seen with puppets. Are you kidding me?
I'm trying to
touch boobs. I like girls.
Yeah, I like girls. Oh my god. Oh, it's terrifying. Okay. Yeah. Well, your aunt was just trying to be sweet.
Yes.
It's just like, I'm gonna let him like puppets.
Well-meaning gifts.
In your family.
I wouldn't know what to give a 13-year-old nephew. I'd be like, Minecraft blocks? Is that a... Can I purchase Minecraft coins?
Okay, just ask him.
Did you used to be a people person?
By any chance, did you find people were good and now you've met them and they're bad?
But you just gotta ask what they want on Amazon, because I have my nephew will be like, a PlayStation 5. And I'm like, oh, good luck with that. Yeah. Like, really?
Yeah, or you get all the aunties and uncles together. Like a wedding, wedding registries now, it can be like, you can put money towards this TV we want.
Yeah.
Yes. You just gotta tell your niece and nephews to do that.
I will definitely contribute $10 to your TV. Okay, for my worst Christmas gift I've ever gotten is like, I guess when I was 3 or 4, I got a dress, and my family always talks about it because my aunt got it for me, and it's kind of similar but not, I guess, because like, I was 3 when I threw a hissy fit.
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm just kidding. But I was just like, no, I don't want a dress. And I was just like, what's weird to me is like, how did I have likes and dislikes when you're 3? I don't understand where that comes from.
You were maybe just discovering your voice.
Yeah, that's true.
And what a reaction you got when you said no.
Expressing how you don't like homework.
Yeah.
Don't express yourself. It's not good. No, yeah. So I would just remember that being like traumatizing.
You remember it though, not like people telling you.
No, there's like video of it. I don't remember it.
Okay.
No, I'm a good
girl.
Know. Yeah. I remember being a good girl. But yeah, and then also for me and Alex, like like you're saying, like getting bad gifts. Like I really don't have too many that I got. But me and Alex purposefully have like stopped trying to get each other like good gifts for Christmas, and instead we do this every year. We go to like Five and Below, or we go to like the one spot at Target, and we each just pick out one thing for the other person, because that way everyone asks, what did you guys get each other? What did you guys get each other? And then when we're like, we didn't really do anything, it makes people very sad.
Yeah, they do get bummed out. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, we I don't know, we're saving money to go to Palm Springs or Vegas or whatever.
We buy what we want all the time. Like
we don't have kids. We're always giving ourselves presents. It's fine.
Yeah, I do not need a surprise gift from Alex.
I get things that like I also will enjoy. Like, when will this air? Peter, plug ears if you're watching.
In 2 weeks. A week.
Okay, well, just don't watch. If you're my husband, go away for a minute. Like, I got some hot sauce from Minnesota. Like, we were at a restaurant in Minnesota, and when I was just there, I was like, oh, that's right. I'm going to go to that restaurant and see what that hot sauce was. And then I'm not going to buy, like, just one bottle of hot sauce. I got the little kit, which also has a cheese powder. Yes. And a hot honey. So it's like, you like hot sauce, but also that cheese powder is for my popcorn. So it's like, it's kind of like a household gift to make the house happy.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I remember when I was like 9 or 10, I convinced my mom, my sister really wants the G.I. Jane. She wants the G.I. Joe that's a woman. She's into it. And so then you get a little something.
Maybe that's where she was like, oh, he wants the doll puppet. He wants the G.I. Jane puppet.
I'm ahead of you. Getting a gift that's for you, partly for you.
Yeah. Smart. Yeah.
No.
Sabotage. That's one thing I played with. G.I. Joes and stuff when I was a kid. Like, I was like a super tomboy. But there was only like one guy Barbie, or like two. Yeah. There was like a ninja one and like a G.I. Joe one. So I would just get the same ones every year. I'm just like, the girls have so many.
Yeah.
Guys didn't have it.
Times have changed. I think you can.
Yeah.
Fix
any
that.
Barbie.
Yeah.
Oh, Sparkle Boy Barbie.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what is the worst gift you've ever given? Do you guys give bad gifts?
I mean, I'm sure I do, but I already think that when I'm like, I put too much pressure. Yeah. Like I was like, I can't. No, to your response, I can't. Yeah. I can't think about it because I'm getting sweaty thinking about it. Because I have a couple people in my life who are great gift givers, so the pressure. So yes, I'm sure I've given terrible gifts, but I'm not on purpose. And I'm
okay, not on purpose.
I'm not gonna
the neon sweater.
Yeah, because it's like, no, I don't want it. I don't need that energy in my head. Too stressful.
Okay, we'll go to.
I wrote down cash, but I can't recall having ever actually given that. But what I will say is, I wish I would, because what more frequently happens is I'm such a bad last minute shopper that it's like, oh, everybody's getting something from the drugstore because it's Christmas Day.
Yes,
of course.
Fine. Yeah. Have you ever talked to teachers? Because they get the worst gifts.
Oh.
Yeah. I think now it's better. People have realized, like, oh, just give them a gift card. Yeah. Just give them a gift card.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or their Amazon wish list. But I have a college friends who are teachers and are like college Christmas gatherings. The white elephant would always be their terrible teacher gifts. So there was always like apple jewelry and an apple, it's so much apple jewelry and alphabet jewelry and sparkly watches. They're like, how do you tell a first grader? Dude, that's fugly. I don't want that. Like, do you have a gift receipt? And, as a parent, how do you also be like, well, you know what? I don't know. Miss Erikson probably doesn't want that ugly ass watch.
I want to meet the raw first grade teacher who is like, that's not my style.
Right.
No,
get it out of here, kid.
Yeah, they just re-gift that and be like, just get your teacher's gift cards.
I never even thought of that. Now I want to be a teacher because you get 30 presents.
Well, I mean, I don't. Yeah, you get.
I do all gift cards at this point. I know it's not. It feels so not thoughtful, but it's better than some people aren't built to be thoughtful in that way. Honestly,
that is so thoughtful.
So you'd rather have
I have been very poor for a lot of my life, and when I worked in an office in Minneapolis, they would give me gift cards for the Macy's right next door, the Dayton's, and I remember one year like it was like a $300 gift card that I would use in the cafeteria, like the restaurant, and it was like, oh, this is my food for them, like I'm not getting a new sweater, I'm getting lunch for a month, and I was
keeping myself alive.
Oh God, thank you. Yeah, or a couple people in my life could just happen to get gift cards from Macy's that I just split up.
Yeah, you're like, there's some money left in here. You get $17.44.
Exactly.
Yeah, I found out I was a bad gift giver. Like, people were like complaining about, my brother was like, Andy's gonna get his DVDs again, and I was like, and just kind of teasing me, and I was like, what? But then I was like, yeah, you're right, because then I would just like go and just buy. I was like, oh, this is a DVD, but I got my mother-in-law the Magic Mike DVDs. Because I was like, she wouldn't buy this for herself.
Right, she for sure wants it.
And she had brought that up later, being like, yeah.
Did she watch them?
No, I remember seeing them unopened, and I'm like, come on, it's a good movie. And then I once did like a dice game where everyone brings like a $15 gift or $20 gift, and I got like a clear bag that you'd bring into like a stadium because you need
you need those everywhere now.
So I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a hot item.
Yeah.
And it was like, it got opened. It was still in like the middle of the area, and then one person had like to get a gift. They were the last person. They went and were like, they're like, is this the garbage bag? Like, they literally they were like, is there another? Is this for
someone? Someone came with one.
I think we're short one.
Someone brought a garbage bag. And I was
this
like,
is for the wrapping paper.
That was $20.
I went over budget.
I know, guys. I remember thinking, I was like, I'll have. That's what you do. You get a gift that if no one wants it, you're like, I'll just take it. I mean,
it. That's a great feeling though in like a white elephant when you have to fight for presents. Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, my bag. People are fighting over it. Heck yeah.
the lottery tickets and the booze.
Oh yeah, lottery tickets are kind of a fun. I know a buddy that he'll just like randomly hand out scratchers. He's like, oh, I always have a pocket full, and I just give them to random people.
That's a good one.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
But you can't sit there and watch him do it because then it's like super disappointing.
No, he's like, I was like, oh, should I do it in front of you? He's like, no, if you win, you win, whatever. It's just whatever.
Because we did that at Christmas though, and we had like it was like $20 in them, and then won nothing, and it's just so sad as you watch. Like, sorry, I gave you garbage. It's like open them at home.
Yeah.
Okay, have you guys ever pulled like Christmas pranks or had any Christmas hijinks?
I've never pulled any, but my dad always. We opened presents on Christmas Eve, and then the next morning we'd go to Grandma and Grandpa's, and he would always like, well, that I don't know, that must be it. That's it. Like, no, we didn't. And we'd be like, and then he'd be like, oh, I gotta run out to the garage.
Yeah.
And then.
That's the big gift.
Yeah, but all so
after
really
you were disappointed as a child.
Yeah.
Perfect. What a fun thing for Dad.
So always, or
then
really,
to dangle it.
Really be like, nope, not all the dishes. Got to make sure the dishes are done, and he'd be like, really prolong it. And then my mom wouldn't put the labels on the to and from, so you'd be opening a present, and she'd go, oh, no, shoot, that's for your brother. She would, she'd go, I think this is, or, hold on, and then she'd go to the closet and grab something else. So I don't know if those are hijinks, more so forgetfulness and dumb dad jokes.
That's so good, though. And you guys would just be like, okay.
Well, sometimes you'd be like, I really thought we were going to get a Nintendo.
Yeah. So it worked.
Yeah, it definitely worked a few times. Yeah.
I remember I'd get like the wrong gift, but then I always, you have to act like you like it. So
yeah.
you're like, oh, cool. Golf clubs, and they're like, no, upset. And you're like, oh, good. Thank goodness. But yeah, any hijinks from John or your family?
John Jinx?
I definitely had, like, they would hide, try to trick you on the presents and stuff like that.
Yeah, or put something in a different box.
Sure.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
The tiny box and the big box.
Yeah.
And then for hijinks, when I was in my...
Speaking of hijinks.
Woohoo! Welcome!
Hello. Hey, Alex. I was pretty clear I wasn't cool with this.
You are true. Okay. Do your thing, Alex. Just try to.
Are we out in the air?
Yeah, we're on the air.
Yeah, you're on, buddy.
All right.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Could you get us?
I should wash my hands.
Okay.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
You're disgusting.
Yeah.
I always thought so.
So once we started going to parties when I was in my early 20s, we would go to a Christmas Eve party and I would get just wasted and then go to midnight mass.
Oh.
And not heckle, but definitely
You felt the spirit?
not heckle, but definitely being I was for sure sarcastic out loud. Just not there on the right spirit.
What kind of
shit-faced and there at
what
midnight?
kind of church? What are we talking here?
Catholic.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah. So
no.
the midnight mass is great because there's no giant. That's they're pared down. There's no giant choir, so they could hear you.
Oh, and they're not. They know me,
Right.
and they know I haven't been around for a while.
Right.
I'm just.
Right.
So here I am, drunk on Christmas.
Jeez, that has never.
But one time, my father literally followed me down. He's like, "You're two. I'm not letting you go in there. I know where you're going. You and me are gonna have our own little midnight mass." Yeah.
Too much blood of Christ.
That's the wine. It's wine.
Yeah.
It's wine. They turn it into the blood of Christ. In the 60s, they decided it's actually the blood of.
I don't know.
It's magic.
I was more a whiskey of Christ man. Nights like that.
Yeah.
That's so funny because I've never been at church with someone who's drunk. That seems so much more fun.
You're clearly not Catholic, I guess. Then.
And I don't. I mean, I wouldn't. The part of it was there was I was doing it, but I was also gonna get away with it. It wasn't like I wasn't.
You were like, boo!
No, it wasn't
it.
quite any. Though I wished.
I can't hear you. Speak up, Padre.
Alex is gonna adjust the lights. Thank you, babe. Was too bright. Oh, you're the best.
It shined, didn't it?
Hey, buddy.
Oh, wow.
Christmas time.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas.
What about you, Andy? Hijinks?
Okay, so I had.
She's got props?
I do. I was gonna read it, but it's on my phone, and there's my phone. I was like, where is It's fine. If you look back at this episode, it's me just looking for my phone the whole time. Yeah, I like to do like little funny things with like the kids, like when they wake up and it's like Christmas morning, and I get assigned to write the letter from Santa, who's like,
what do you mean?
Santa leaves some kids letters.
Oh, okay.
The kids he really cares about. He leaves a little letter and says like, you guys have been good this year. You know, here's your gift or whatever. But they have me write it because they'll see their mom's handwriting. Right. So this is for my niece and nephew. And I decided to write one last year that was like kind of unhinged, where it was like,
listen, it's been a rough year for Santa's had. It's been a rough go of it. Yeah. I had to lay off some elves.
Exactly.
Funds are a little tight. You know what? Marriage isn't so hot.
He's just venting.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, kids. But I think I did joke that, like, I've had a little too much
economy affects Santa, too.
You know who brings Santa presents? No one. Nobody brings Santa presents.
Oh, I should make a video. But yeah, I was just like, I get drunk, I had a little too much eggnog, so this and that, and I was like, and just, I took a dump in the bathroom, so thanks you guys for, like,
those carrots and those cookies went right through
and then, so then I went and took a poop and didn't flush it.
Seriously?
No, but I
Santa's scat letter, huh?
Yeah.
All right, interesting choice.
So I did that, and I thought it was so funny. So I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell Alex. And I just went to bed, and I was like, this morning when I wake up, everyone's going to be so funny because the kids are going to read it, and they're going to be like, what? And I wake up, no one says anything. Not a word, and I can't find the letter. Like, I'm just like, wait, so who?
The payoff here with me, though, just tremendous.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Wow. Like, no one said anything. So I'm just like, oh, no. Because at the time I was like, this might be too far. And I was like, did I offend people? Mm-hmm. Is my sister-in-law upset? Did the kids not like it? And just no one said anything. Just no one. And I think at one point I was like, did you guys get the letter? They're like, yeah. We got it. Right. Nothing, and I never asked for clarification because I was like, I don't want to know.
I think you got that's definitely a Midwest. We don't have. Like you didn't know responses. No news is bad news.
Like they'd all discussed they weren't going to have a response to it.
If we mustn't encourage this.
I wanted something.
Yeah.
Even just, and I remember just like texting my friend like this is a letter, and I sent him a picture, and I was like, isn't he so funny? He's like, yeah. Next day I was like, didn't go.
You'll have to at a certain point ask those kids.
I will.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, that'll come back up.
Yeah.
That's an Easter egg for later.
Yeah. Maybe.
In therapy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then that same Christmas we were playing Scrabble with the family, and I was playing and I had the letters ENTAI, and then there was an H on the board. So I spelled out hentai. And I thought it was so funny. And I took a picture.
I was like, taint? But yours is worse.
Yeah.
Yours is worse.
And I just put that on the board, and I took a picture of my story. And I remember asking, I took a picture, should I do this? And people thought they were like, no, don't. I did a poll.
Because how were you what was your plan to explain it? This is funny.
So I was like, it's Japanese cartoons. And then they're like, it is, that's a real word. And I'm like, don't Google it. You just have to trust me on this one. And I just pulled the word up because it actually, it's a noun. So I got a proper noun actually.
So you can't.
So I can't.
Okay.
I looked it up later.
I don't know the rules, but that's good
to
know that you can't play hentai.
I guess. And I think I might have been spelled wrong too, but people knew.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell it.
No one knew.
So you lost it on a technicality.
Yeah. It's
the good news, you don't have to know how to spell it. It's my phone just knows. The
knows.
algorithm.
But your family saw it.
Yeah.
So.
They did. And my mother-in-law had no idea what it was. Either did my sister-in-law, and neither did the kids. So it was fine.
Well, I think that no one giggled but you. I think that's a win.
Thank you. That's a good one.
Oh my God.
Are we doing this? How did you learn the truth about Santa?
Oh, you're right. I skipped that one.
Yeah, I was like, that's my one good story.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you guys. We have one more story before the lightning round. How did you? What do you mean the truth about Santa? How did you learn the truth?
He's a Republican. It's
no.
like soup, not like bad.
I never
guys.
thought I'd cry over Santa again.
Yeah. He's like Republican libertarian leaning. Like he loves RFK. It's crazy. Yeah.
You talked to him when you saw him at the mall for a while. Normally people get in and out.
Yeah. I found out about Santa Claus because I don't know how old I was, but I got a Cabbage Patch Kid doll the year that it was like batshit crazy to get them. Like one of the earliest, at least memories of like people fighting in the stores and oh my gosh, like craze for these nutso dolls. And I got one and I opened it Christmas morning and I was like, because we didn't have a lot of money. So I was like, I knew my mom was not wrestling anybody the Kmart aisles. So I was like, oh my God, sweet baby Jesus and Santa Claus came together, made it happen. I knew it. This is all of my wishes coming true. And she was a preemie, which was a special Cabbage Patch doll. What? They were tinier, smelled like baby powder. She was black. I had a new baby cousin who was black. So I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. She's very special. Her name was Amber Rory. What? Amber, and you can't see that when you buy it. There's a gift certificate. There's a birth certificate in the box. So you open it and you meet your new baby. So I was like, oh my God, miracle after miracle, check-in boxes. This is all magical. Santa Claus, fucking real. This is amazing. I had my doubts, but clearly he is real. Yeah. So then, like 6 months later or whatever, I was like, oh, I can't wait for Christmas. I am asking Santa for a computer so I can do number crunchers and Oregon Trail at home. And my mom was like, oh, why do you think Santa's going to bring you a computer? And I was like, bitch, did you not see have you met Amber, my preemie Cabbage Patch doll? The miracle baby I'm the mother of this miracle. And she was like, oh, Santa can't really afford a computer. And I was like, oh, bitch, are you telling me what I think you're telling me?
Oh, no.
So I just held my little baby. I was just a single mom with my little preemie baby.
It's gotta be so tough as a parent. You like are a prisoner of your own expectations. You kill it one year, and then they think you can deliver the moon the next.
I know, and I still don't know how I really, because my Aunt Christy got that Cabbage Patch doll, and she had several daughters. So it was like, did she get several, or maybe she had already got some, and like the aunties were in cahoots with each other to try to get all the kids. It was so special.
And you still don't know how it happened. Maybe Santa did.
Maybe Santa did. I should ask my aunt again if she remembers like how.
How old were you?
I mean, at early elementary school, because I'm trying. Like computers were still pretty.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a time like some people. Very few people even had computers in their home. It wasn't like the neighbors also they're playing Oregon Trail at home. It would have been really crazy. Like we were just having them at school. I am old, so I don't know, like second. Okay. Oh, probably like 10. I was like late 80s maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know, second, third grade. I don't know. Old enough to like don't believe in Santa, but it was a miracle.
This is I was same time. Did you have any older brothers and sisters? Because I feel that's how everybody, right? But
I was the oldest.
I was the oldest too, so I had heard kids talking about it at school one day. So then on the ride home, I like confronted my mom. I was like, Santa's not real. But more, and she's like, sort of not gonna get into it. But then I'm like, or she's saying, no, he's real, and then when we get home, we're in the driveway, and I'm like, you told me you'd never lie to me. And so I'm guilting my mom about honesty, like over the top. I'm being like, you promised me that we have trust and we would never lie to each other. So if you're lying to me about Santa right now, but then it's great, the payoff is fantastic. So then she is like, well, okay, like you're right, Santa's not real. And I go, why didn't you lie to me? And I'm crying,
never trusting you again.
crying, like going, why didn't you lie to me? Like sobbing, like you could have lied to me for years.
Right,
one more year.
You'd already lied. You'd already Oh.
And then, by the end, and then she's like, well, the spirit of it. I'm like, no, spirit.
But then, were you tasked with keeping the secret? Because I have friends,
yeah. And then it was like,
out,
my
but then
sister
they're like,
couldn't
okay,
find
but
out.
now you have to help.
Yeah.
And I think the same with some of my Jewish friends. I was like, what did you do? And they were like, oh, we were told, don't spoil it for your Christian friend. There's
my God.
Listen,
They're
just
weird.
like, it's a thing they do. Don't spoil it for this is their thing. Don't spoil it. I was like, what a funny little grown up first grader that's like, cute. You guys
Santa.
see I come into your house? Oh, that's cute. That's fun.
That's so
When did you
good.
find out, Andy?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny that you guys got a few more. You believed for a while because I found out I think I was 4 or 5. I was very young, and my mom, we were opening presents, and then I noticed. I looked at my present, and I was like, oh, Santa uses the same wrapping paper as you do. I was like, why does Santa have the same wrapping paper?
Magic.
Yeah, and instead of her being like, oh, we both shop at Walmart, she was like, oh, he's not real. It just told me. It was just what?
It's a little early for that, yeah.
She's just
it's fine.
she's
You were no, you're not the youngest.
I'm the middle.
Yeah,
Middle,
so she
yeah.
still one more to.
So she
Cool.
just told me, she's like, I must have been onto it a little.
Yeah.
I'm realizing now I must have been onto it a little bit before that. Because I was someone who always asked questions and had to know what was going on about everything. And my niece just found out this past.
How old is she?
She's 6 or 5.
Yeah.
She's young too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's 6. And when she found out, she was so sad. But my sister brought me in and was just like, yeah, Auntie Andy, tell her when you found out. And I was like, I found out when I was 5. And she's like, you did? And we both were we kind of found out the same way. And I was like, and you can't tell Brooke.
Right.
And so that she had the fun of now she knows and and feels cool about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely I don't think I even really cared that I didn't know. Because I was like, okay, whatever.
I just knew that
I
we
didn't
didn't
have
have
enough
money
time.
and
Yeah.
I wanted better.
I didn't have enough time to even believe in it, I think,
Yeah.
because I was so little that it was just and then now I'm just I've just known my entire life.
I've heard stories of people, their kids, when they leave the cookies out, Santa takes a bite.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, Dad, are you done with this? And taking it and trying to see if the bite is the same. And they're like, we gotta, because they'll be like, you gotta get crafty with it, because they try to figure it out.
They hear stuff at school, you're right. So it's they're kind of little
Well, now they're
Christmas
distracted by
detectives.
stupid elf on a shelf, which is just madness. As a parent, I don't know why people even start it. Madness, absolutely Big Brother madness. That this elf is, you know what I'm talking about? Right? The elf is always watching.
Yeah.
That you have to move it. These parents, for a month, you got to get up in the middle, after your kid goes to bed, you got to be like, oh, well, now he's upside down. Get out of here.
No. I would
you.
no. I remember waking up one Easter morning and being like, yay, the Easter Bunny's here. And I couldn't find our box or baskets or anything. And I just went in my mom's room and it was all they're not set up or set out. It was just here's the baskets, here's everything. And I was like,
Jolyn!
I was like, what the heck? So then I was like, okay, I guess. And then I did it and set it up for myself. And it was just surprise.
I don't think I ever really believe in the Easter Bunny because we were so Catholic. So it was so just Jesus. And then surprise, Mom and Dad hid an Easter basket. Yeah. Anyway.
No, we were all about presents. My mom loved to shop.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So those are some stories, and that was so fun. And yeah, so then for your guys' homework out in the world, think of your funny stories, and it's cool because you can come up with funny material if you think about the holidays.
And then come to Andy's house at 612.
Get my address out and give me your jokes. Yeah. So those was kind of stories or just pulling from real life events to come up with jokes and material, which a lot of that stuff I think you guys should tell on stage.
We are generally airing our trauma.
Yeah. I'm giving you reasons to pinpoint trauma.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
what
you.
we're doing.
This is a much cheaper copay.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's not homework. It's finding your trauma one prompt.
Pinpoint your trauma.
Yeah. But it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is lightning rounds. These are kind of one-liners, like the game Quiplash, which we play. So
we have played. We gotta have a go at it again. Okay.
So
how do I choose just one from all of these?
I know you can do multiple.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so lightning round. Question number 1. What's Santa's secret side hustle? If you want to just rattle yours off, if you.
I have a couple. Because we all need several side hustles.
Yeah.
Artisanal jelly, Lyft driver, obviously, and then body positivity influencer, and then teaches summer school at Glendale Community College.
Oh, wonderful!
Like shop class.
Summer school. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Shop class.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was good at shop. I thought.
You don't have to be to teach it. You just have to follow a curriculum. I think he knows his way around a table saw. He can boss younger people around.
Little kids around. Little elves. Mm-hmm. Okay, I have. I picture him as like a billionaire. Like that's who I think this figure is. I mean, he can have so much products and so much infrastructure.
The merchandising game is strong with Santa.
He must be a billionaire. So I assume his side hustle has to do with like space exploration. Everyone's got their SpaceX, like your SpaceX and your JetBlue or whatever.
Space. I like that you go from like SpaceX to JetBlue.
Yeah.
Same diff.
There you go. Swiss Air. Yeah. So I think he's got the North Star space line, or I don't know. He can make shit fly, so of course that's what he's doing. Taking people to space.
Charters to the moon or whatever.
And then I feel like he'd be a good drug dealer. I don't know. And then maybe like a DJ. I could see him DJ. Christmas music. What about you?
I couldn't remember the name of the DVDs you got your grandmother. So, well, that's what I was thinking, but I couldn't remember. So I don't know. I made him Australian. Oh yeah. He's a retired Thunder from Down Under dancer, and why I wrote retired is the most like. What do I think? What those guys are just so wealthy that they retire at the North Pole, I guess.
That's his origin story.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a sexy Australian dancer, and then he decided, no, I'm growing the beard out. Yeah. I'm moving to the North Pole.
He's like, I'm gonna jiggle this bowl full of jelly
with Mrs. Claus, and we'll get some safe words going.
Like he's one of those preppers.
Yeah.
As you think. Okay, that's what I see now. Okay, safe words. So that's. Sorry, I made everyone think about this.
I don't get it. Explain it, please, in great detail.
Oh, no.
Is it a hentai?
Thanks for choosing her on the safety question.
Yeah. It's my hentai. It's funny. That's one of my safe words.
That's one of your safe words.
No.
I bet Peter would like that. He loves Japan culture. He'd be like, say it, yeah.
The way you so earnestly went, I bet Peter would like that after I said hentai. Oh my goodness.
Let's call him. Okay, what are Santa and Mrs. Claus's safe
You go first.
Me? Yeah. Okay. I have ho ho no.
Oh.
Then I have Easter. And then conspicuous consumption. I don't know. They're just things that he probably know. And then God, because he's a competitor with God, so it's God and Santa. So when he says it, it's like stop.
Right.
Yeah, I thought and then also globalization.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's mine.
Really? Yeah, he's very learned.
Yeah.
I think. Okay.
John, what about yours?
Gingerbread and figgy pudding.
Ooh. Yes. That's my code for like, should we leave this party early?
Yeah.
You want to have some figgy pudding? I have Rudolph and Mistletoe.
Yes. Rudolph. Yeah. Yep. You're getting the red light. Just watching.
Just Rudolph watching. Oh no.
Flashing mistletoe.
Yeah. And stick around for the vote, because we have a question about Rudolph later, about whether anyone here would eat Rudolph. They would cook him up and eat him. All right. Now, the worst Christmas song title ever would be, we'll start with John.
A food poisoning Christmas.
Oh.
We could type all these into ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Lyrics.
Oh, good. Can't wait to hear it.
Okay, that'll be my. Someone listening, do that for us.
Somebody compose these songs.
Yeah, or just don't use ChatGPT. Write the song "Food Poison Christmas." Okay, I have Grandma Got Run Over by a Cybertruck.
Oh.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then instead of the 12 Days of Christmas, I have the 500 Days of Christmas, which would be a horrible song because I'm going on for a long time. Like
you could do it the whole month. It'd be like your Advent.
Yeah, you start singing.
Yeah.
So I did write the song. Okay. 500 dancing jaguars, 499 bubbling fountains, 498 hopping candy canes, 497 spinning flamingos. And then you just go every.
But I was like, how many does she have in there?
Nailed it. Not nice to ask our guest to follow that.
Yeah, that's rude. Mine are Santa Baby. I'm not changing it. It's already terrible. It's already terrible.
Applause break. You just got an applause break from one of those.
Thank you.
Tired of hearing about that song. Enough.
It's like weirdly, but then that leads into the other one is I've never seen Mommy kissing Santa Claus. That's a sad.
Yeah.
It's a sad household.
That is.
And then Jingle Balls. Because they're balls.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh no, I need the lyrics. Ooh, that's my unsafe word or whatever. Yeah, let's go. I do sex. Okay. Instead of coal, the naughtiest kids this year will get. Start with Amber.
Hawk coin.
What?
What is a hawk coin?
Is that a hawktua?
The hawktua.
Oh yeah, okay.
Her meme,
she's got a
crypto.
Sure.
That like one day the pump and dump crypto. I that's one that Peter helped me. I was like, cool. Should I say Dogecoin? He was like, or whatever. He goes, no, do the hawktua coin. Yeah. So I had to look it up. I think it's just hot coin. That's what they look. It's
wonderful.
Okay, what do you got, John?
Lithium batteries. We're going.
So terrible.
Santa's what are you? I don't know. Santa's going green.
Okay. You're like, God damn it. Okay, he gives them iPhone charging cables with a tear in them so they can't charge. Because my nieces are always looking for their charging cables. That's every time
I love that they have iPhones.
iPads.
Yeah.
For their iPads. Right? Kids have iPads.
Yeah, no, they do. Like,
that's
they do all their homework on them. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're always looking for their. So if you gave them here's a pile of broken charging cables. You'd be sad.
That's cruel.
And then I just thought, like, instead of coal, they get Coca-Cola. So maybe there could be like a tie-in with Coca-Cola. Yes,
Coca-Cola.
Flat Coca-Cola.
Warm, flat.
Branded, and it tastes like coal.
Caffeine-free diet Coca-Cola.
Yes.
In the brown can.
It actually does. I like that. All right, the elves went on strike. What would their demands be? I just have not to be replaced by AI.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right? And then also, like, the elves are like, let's work remote, please? Can we? Like, why do I need to come to the North Pole?
Right.
Can I please stay home and, like...
Yeah, the shipping cost, like,
yeah,
just
some
getting
of these
supplies
customers are in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Let's have warehouses and distribution.
Amazon doesn't do it like this.
The routing is, we're really, hey boss man, can I bend your ear for a minute? I think we're losing a lot of money in our routing. I know there's a lot of talk about tariffs, but I think we can cut.
They're making even Japanese cars in America now.
Yeah.
So.
Let's have our factory be the farthest away with no market.
Then the competitors
whatsoever.
can't see what you're doing. I had hazard pay for wearing those pointy, curly-toed shoes because that's dangerous on the job site. Healthcare, right? 401k matching, step stools. I don't know why. Like,
why are they giving them step stools?
Yeah,
Come on.
The shelves are so high. And then I also thought they would demand that they get their names be known on the same level as the reindeer. The reindeer work one night a year.
It's a good request.
True.
Just a little recognition.
One song about the elves.
Well, I only know that one elf that wants to be a dentist, and then it goes to the Island of Misfit Toys and the claymation, stop motion clay. You know what I'm talking about. I don't even know his name. Buddy the Elf. That's the only other one.
Yeah, Buddy from the movie Elf.
Yeah.
I just watched that. It was so good.
Yep.
What's great about the movie Elf, you can just start playing it, and then everyone within a vicinity will just start watching it. I'll watch the whole thing.
There's a barista in my neighborhood.
Well, has that effect?
His name is Buddy, and he's very sweet and like baby face and big blue eyes and young and is always smiling. And I always think, I bet people always want to say, especially this time of year. I never do, but I always think it. That Buddy the Elf.
Better cobbling hours and more candy cans.
Ooh, yes.
Better cobbling hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just assuming that Santa Claus is a good boss. Because we all are.
No, it's like, the creative
I'm actually,
types.
that comes into this next one.
Yeah.
Leads right into what I had to say, the facts that people don't want to know.
Okay, great. All right, so for our last lightning round question, what is a little known fact about Santa Claus? Or if you have more, little known facts about Santa Claus. We can start with you.
Me? All right. He's a bit of a drunk. He's a bit of a drunk. Bad Santa was a documentary.
No.
Yeah.
Those rosy cheeks come from.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, that's for the long cobbling hours.
Yeah.
And eating all the candy canes from the elves.
Yeah. Oh, she's crushing up those candy canes.
Yeah.
Oh, and snorting them.
Yeah. I have that he's two little known facts. He's not actually legally married to Mrs. Claus. It's and then at the North Pole after 200 years it's just common law. They never got
spicy.
They never got
common
married.
law marriage.
And then the other one is that he doesn't actually like children. He just likes the hours and likes being his own boss.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
That's how we got to do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you doesn't have to see the kids, so that's fine.
Right.
But
But
at
your
the
lap.
mall you do.
It's kind of a pyramid scheme though, because he's hired out all these. He's got Santas under him, and yeah.
Just imagine Santa getting off stage and lighting up.
For sure. I have an uncle who does Santa, and
boy.
he's pretty quiet. Like,
Sure.
I find him jolly, but I can't imagine at the mall after however many hours of children. He's definitely the uncle that'd be like, yeah, you'd shoot your eye out, kid. Like, he'd definitely be that Santa. Anyway.
Yeah, I think about having to be on just like after a comedy show and having to like be nice to people. Yeah. But the thought of having with children, like, I don't know, it's a weird job. No thanks.
You'll never once ever see Santa glad handing people after a mall show, right? He's not going to be at the back.
I think there are some. Do you know Santa Sam? From Minnesota.
No, I don't.
Anyway, he's a very popular Santa, and his wife, not Mrs. Claus, the human one, whatever, is another Minneapolis, Twin Cities funny person, and anyway, there was just a profile on her, article about him being a popular Santa, and so for that whole month she's a single mom because he goes and like dyes his hair. He's a young man with black hair, so he dyes his hair, but he's a really popular Santa. Got really popular during COVID, doing online visits. But in the article they were talking about how some Santas really lean into it in the off season because they just look like Santa all year long, and they have a red car and they'll wear red jackets and they will wink at kids and stuff, and he's, you know what I mean, like out in like,
all right,
Santa's,
that's a step too far.
Sit in my lap, but it's October. I don't care. Come here, little kid. No, but he was saying, I absolutely...
Nobody likes a July Santa.
Which is part of the problem. But he was saying he absolutely does not. He's like, no, I shave it, the second it's done. No, I'm not off stage. But some Santas lean into it all year. They use it to pick up chicks. For sure, some of them have. You.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry to bring it there.
You're kind of famous.
Yeah.
Like, if you get like a TikTok presence, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, they had that character on Only Murders in the Building. If you guys watched that.
I only watched the first season.
Okay. Well, keep watching. There's a Santa
Okay.
loving character.
And noted.
It's played by Kumail, not Johnny.
Okay.
It's so funny.
Okay, great.
Okay, so a little known fact about Santa Claus. He drives a Prius.
Ooh.
He went to college with the Tooth Fairy, and he's Jewish.
Yeah.
I mean, just like Jesus.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It's just a job.
Yeah. It's a living.
Okay, cool. So this was the first portion we did, or the second portion, but the secret stuff's happening soon. So that was our one-liners. Is there anything you guys wrote today that you think you might try on stage?
I don't know. I don't know if there's enough to that heckling at church.
That's
I feel like
so
you get
There's
too
something
silly
there.
with it. Yeah,
See, I wish I need to take notes next time about the bits that I liked that you guys should tell on stage. So maybe listeners, if you guys found like a bit, like do that one.
Yeah. No, I think you definitely could, because there is like, how many of us have wanted to in church be like, that can't be right, or like prove it, or like, give me an example, bro. Like, or I don't. I know.
I'm helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants
Overly
me to be
joyful
engaged.
singing.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. I had a bit where I talked about being high at a comedy show, but I wasn't disruptive. I was in the back, but that's so funny. But yeah, so as I edit, I'll let you guys know which ones.
Okay, great.
I think you guys. So yeah, that's super duper fun. So now we're going to, we'll be going to the secret vault. We're going to do 3 more.
How do people get to see the secret vault?
Oh, thank you for asking. If you go to patreon.com/squirrel club and join, I think it starts at $5 a month, to support the podcast, help us get nicer chairs and like cover our expenses, things like that.
If we raise enough money, Andy will let us sit on the couch for the next podcast.
Next time. Cover your chair. I'm so sorry. All these chairs we found free somewhere. Yeah, there you
This
go.
one definitely came from a library.
Yeah.
At some point.
Or a waiting room of some sort.
Yeah.
So support the podcast on Patreon and you'll get this bonus content. And every episode has just like extra bonus, super secret prompts. And so you guys can look forward to the reasons Santa was put on the naughty list, under what conditions would you eat Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and who would win in a fight, Santa or Jesus. So that's what we'll be talking about. But we'll wrap up this part. What's going on? Do you have anything you want to promote? Anything going on in comedy world?
Oh, so much. Where do I even begin? No, I have a solo show that I put up in September that I'm going to put up again here in LA in January, but then in Minneapolis in April.
Okay, cool.
At the Arizona Theater. Mountain Goat. I got excited by your cat. So, we're out in these streets.
That's right. And
so sorry. I didn't mean to pet you. I pet her and she was like,
she's always inconvenienced. That's her face.
I mean, that's cats, right?
Yeah,
and
that's cats. So yeah, I'll put a link to your Instagram and everything like that. People can find.
I'll pet you.
Mall of America.
Cool.
Weekend of New Year's.
Oh, fun!
Fun.
New
Yeah.
Year's. Oh, it's gonna be crazy at the mall. That'll be fun.
I don't know that I've ever done that week.
Yeah.
I've been there. We stayed in a hotel that week, and it was just like crazy.
Oh yeah, I'll be in Perham, Minnesota, on New Year's Eve. Perham.
Cool.
I kept saying golf course, and my aunt, who got me the Cabbage Patch Kid doll, said, "Oh, call it a country club. That sounds fancy." It's like it's Perham, Minnesota. I don't.
Never heard of it. I don't know.
It's near Detroit Lakes.
Okay, I know that.
It's about
one.
outside of Fargo.
Near where?
Detroit Lakes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Like
Northern.
Yeah, closer to Fargo than Minneapolis.
Yeah, it's near Detroit.
Yeah. I like how I picked another small town.
Yeah, good job. And then my album just came out.
Oh!
Corn Dogs Unleashed.
Yes.
Corn Dogs Unleashed.
So, y'all can listen to that.
I already have.
Thank you
Yeah.
for listening to it. That's so nice of you.
The first track was Do I Party?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, yeah, that's definitely going to get to drugs, for sure.
Oh, yeah. This is a squirrel vault material, guys.
Yes.
I have some that's super clean and some super not. Yeah, so check that out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Keep on writing. We need like a tagline. Always be a squirrel.
Squirrel, just squirrel away those ideas
Squirrel 'em away.
with your pen and paper, or your squirrel them away with your keyboard.
John? Scroll.
Don't keep them down inside. Let them out.
Okay. I
Hi.
won't cut since that wasn't.
It's so.